morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Grandma Jeannie's Creations, and I'm Grandma Jeanie. Today we are going to be doing the unique zipper pouch by Really Creative Rosemary. Now, I did get Rosemary's permission to do this pattern, and what is very unique about this is that the ends of the zippers are using a boxed method. There are no tabs, zipper tabs, and none of those 90-degree angles that you need to mess with. And if you are a person that struggles with doing those tabs or the 90-degree angles, I believe this pattern would be perfect for you. Now inside you have a snug lining. There is no sagging, no bagging. It fits nice and snug and tight in there. And I think this would be a very good pattern for a beginner, a confident beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And it comes in small, medium, and large. And today I'm going to be doing the medium. So the pieces that I'm going to be using today are, I'm going to cut two of these, which are already cut. I got this faux vinyl from, faux vinyl from Bolts, Bags, and Faws. It's a Hocus Pocus print, and I thought it was really cute, and I thought it's appropriate since Halloween's coming up. So you want to cut two of those exterior pieces. I got this out of my stash. I believe I got it from Walmart last year. You want to cut two pieces of these. And I got the rainbow zipper that has a gunmetal zip. I got this from Bolts, Bags, and Faws. It's number 5. Since a pouch comes in small, medium, and large, each pouch has its own size zipper, so this is cut for the medium. And then I got this cute little pumpkin zipper pull, and I think I got this from My Handmade Space, but I'll look and make sure where I actually got it. And I will link to everything that I'm going to be using. I will even link to the pattern. I think that's it. And make sure that when you cut your lining or all of your pieces out, that you actually use the piece for the lining and the piece for the exterior for the exterior. And the reason for that is the lining is cut just a tad bit smaller. So you want to make sure that you get the right pattern piece so your inside will be nice and snug. So let's get on over to my machine and sew this pouch. So first thing you want to do is you want to take your front piece, and that's the piece with your logo on it, if you're using a logo. Okay. You want to make sure the center of your zipper is marked. And you want to line that center up. Zipper up. Exterior. Face up. Zipper. Right side down. Line the center up with the notch. And clip it all the way to the end. Make sure that the top of the zipper is in line with the top of the fabric. Nothing's hanging over. Go. And you want to take one of your lining pieces and put the right sides together. And make sure that your points match. And you're just like sandwiching the zipper in between everything. Then you're going to sew down here. You're going to sew from these little tick marks that you made on the back of the lining. You're going to sew in between those. So you go from that tick mark to that tick mark. You back stitch, and the seam allowance is in the pattern. You sew according to the seam allowance that she gives you. I'm not going to give you those on here, same as I'm not going to give you the measurements for that. So I'm going to turn my light around here so I can see better. And I hope that's not too, well, maybe I can turn it this way. Hope that's not too bright for you guys. Turn my machine on. And I am using a Sailrite Fabricator to sew with. I got a number 14 needle in here. I am using a Saya Swag thread. The color is, I call it pumpkin. She calls it harvest gold. I think it looks more like pumpkin. It's Tex 70 thread. I know a lot of girls that use, ladies, men, sewists, use Tex 45 on their industrials. I have tried Tex 45 on this machine, and I just can't get it to, it doesn't like it. So you are going to, does that turn it on? Guess not. You're going to sew, back stitch, and you're going to stop right at that tick mark that you made, back stitch. And you're going to flip this over. And you're going to top stitch from that mark here you want to kind of open it up and see where your stitching starts, so you know where to start, because you don't want to top stitch all the way from the end. You'll mess yourself up. You'll mess yourself up for when you do your boxed corner on your zipper. And don't back stitch on the top stitch. We're going to pull the threads through and burn them off. I'm going to stop right there where my finger was. And you just tug on the thread, get something sharp, stick it in that hole, pull that other thread out, tie once, tie twice, clip, and burn. Pull, and tie these twice, clip, and burn. Okay. Take your other exterior, line it up with the lining. Clip. I'm going to do this just to make things go a little faster. Clip that all the way down. There we go. Same thing with this one. You're going to sew in between those tick marks. Per the seam allowance. Back stitch on this. Stop at this and back stitch. Whoops, gotta go there. There we go. Oop, nope. Flip these over so the wrong sides are together. Kind of press that down with your fingers. Make sure stuff is lined up. And you're going to sew from here. You want to kind of match it up with what you just did. So I am going to make a mark. Here's my end for that one. Otherwise your box corner will be a little bit off. And then sew in between those marks in your top stitching. And remember, don't back stitch. You can pull that apart a little bit if you have to. And top stitching is done at the normal top stitching. Top stitching size. That makes sense. And sometimes on this part, I tug just a little bit on the lining just to keep it straight. And go slow if you have to. And if you made a mark, you're gonna go all the way to that mark that you made. Or to the end of the seam, and not the end of the seam, but you want it matched up with that seam. There we go. And it should look like that, and you want to turn it over and pull your threads through, cut them off and burn them. And it should look like that. So now we're going to put our zipper end on. So you want to you want your front on this side, on your left side. You want your back on your right side. And we're going to take the zipper this way and we're going to slide it in. That way, when you open it, it'll slide this way. Does that make sense? So what I usually do is I usually pull this up and I'll look at the back of the zipper and I'll put one end on. Then I'll put the other end on. Maybe. Then I'll kind of wiggle it around. Maybe. There we go. And I will wiggle it around and just, nope, that's not gonna be right. Try this again. Put one end on. Slide the other end in there. There we go. And to wiggle it down and see how these ends are even. And just slide it to the center. And you want to leave it right there. Okay? Should look like that. Both ends closed. Then we are going to take the front or the back, the two exterior pieces. We're going to line the edges up and we're going to clip. And then we're going to also get that out of the way. We're going to line, see how this makes like a V here? You want to line that up and you want to clip. Because when we sew, we're going to follow the cut of the fabric. When you get there, you're going to pivot and you're going to go off. You don't want to sew just straight up because then you're going to mess yourself up when you when you go to box your zipper. So you're going to go sew up, pivot a little, and then follow that curve. And you're also going to start bottom to top on all four sides. So we're going to sew the bottom, the exterior first. The bottom here, you're going to leave opened on the exterior and the lining sides because you need those open to finish off your zipper. And then once that's finished off, we will do the bottom, box it, and then close it up. You're going to sew per the seam allowance. And you're going to want to backstitch. You want to pull this back. Okay, right there at that corner, you're going to pivot. And you're going to finish. Okay. Snip those off. Turn it around and do the other side. Hold that zipper back. We're at that line. Are you? No, not quite. There, you're at that line. Pivot. And finish it up. So they're going to look like that. Can you see the... If you find any value in my videos, please like, subscribe, and share. And leave a comment so I can know how well or how bad I'm doing, or if I need to improve on anything, or if you would like me to sew any particular bag. Thanks. So now we're going to match up the lining pieces. Sew this side, bottom to top. And you want to kind of pull this because that line kind of bunches up. You want to pull that zipper out of the way. And pivot right at that corner. Okay. Whew. Okay, now for the zipper part, you want to undo your zipper or open it up. Open up your zipper. Okay, you're going to take your exterior piece, stick your hand in there, You want to open the seam up. You want to smoosh that down. Let's see if I can. You want to smoosh it down like your box in the corner. Get your lining out of there. So you want it to look like that. And you want this centered right over that zipper. And you're only sewing on this open seam. You're not sewing all the way across the zipper. Now, she suggests that you can staple the top of that. What is going on here? Did I? Oh, yeah. Open that too far. That's what. Okay, let's do that again. I'm going to open this up. And we're going to flatten it out like a V. And then we're going to sew across here. Just the seam. Back stitch. And it should look like that. When you turn it over, put your hand up through the lining piece. Want to push that up. Just make sure it's centered on that zipper. Open this up. Center it on that zipper. And sew across there. Make sure that seam is centered. Okay. Turn it over. Do the same thing with the other side. I use my finger. Box it like that. Now you can do these at the same time, but if you find it difficult to do it like that, she suggests that you do them separately. Personally, I wouldn't do them at the same time unless you are absolutely confident or after you've done these a couple of times. And the trick is to just sew across that seam. Don't sew all the way across the zipper. And also I'm finding that the lining pieces a little tricky. Vinyl pieces, nice. Now I guess if you maybe I should staple it like she suggests. Just gets pinchy. Okay, so then you want to clip the ends of your zippers off. And bring the edges down. Well, not down, but melt so they melt. Okay, and now we're going to box the corners. And to box the corners, well, we're going to sew the bottom of the bag on the exterior side. Back stitch. And you want to put your hand up through there, and you're going to box the corner. What you're going to do is you're going to pull this apart like that. Let's see if we can get this. Pull this apart, take this out. And you want to make sure that it looks like that. And you're going to nest your sides. So we're going to pull this seam, the whole seam this way. And this one we're going to pull that way. That's called nesting. And it should look like that. Straight across. Put some clips on there. Do the other side. Pull that out like that. Line these up. And seeing how this seam here is facing that way, So then you want this top seam to go that way and this bottom to go that way. Clip and clip. And then down here on your lining, you are going to sew up or over and down on that little box that you, made. So over, back stitch, go here, pivot, down, and back stitch. And that just helps give it a nicer fold when you close up your bag. So we're going to do that. Oops, I didn't see that. Sorry. Pivot. Okay. Then we're going to box these corners. Just take it and pull it like that. And these on quilt cotton, I usually just butterfly them. If I can, well, no, I'm gonna nest them. Scratch that, I'm gonna nest them. Nest these. Maybe like that. We're almost done. Moment of truth. So now I am sewing my exterior pieces, boxing the bottoms. I usually mush mine down when I'm doing it. Okay, then we are going to just snip off the ends a little bit, cut them down to like 1/4 of an inch. Okay, now we are going to open up the bag. So you want to stick your hand in this hole where the lining was. You want to grab the exterior piece and pull it through that hole. And you just want to pull and tug gently. This is called birthing the bag. Lining up. Push all of your corners out. Okay, push these corners out. And once you get those corners pushed out, you're going to take your fingers and you're going to tuck them like that, and that automatically folds that. And you're going to, I usually run my finger across there just to kind of finger press it. Whoop. And you want to pin it or clip it. My injured hand isn't quite healed yet. Okay, you want to clip it like that, and you're going to sew right along that edge as close as you can. And that closes up that hole for you. You can do a blind hem if you know how to do that, so you don't see these stitches, but I haven't quite learned how to do that yet. You want to tuck this in. Tuck that down in there, tuck the corners down in there. Oh yeah, see how the ends are boxed off? Isn't that cute? And then look, I don't know if you can see this or not, but can you see how nice that inside looks? Because because the lining is cut a smidge smaller than the exterior. It's nice and tight and smooth, no bulkiness in there. I really like this. I like the zipper technique, and I like the lining, and I think it's a cute bag, and I am going to be making more of these. Thank you for joining me in this video and sewing along with me, and you have a great day today. and I will see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.